Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Guys, today, for those who don't know, I've been waiting for this figure since it came out. I don't remember pre-ordering it. It was waitlisted, I believe, on Sideshow. Then I said, you know what? Let me just see if I could get it cheaper eventually. If not, then I'll suck it up and pay for it. But I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And here it is. Finally, Clone Commander Fox from the Clone Wars, guys. This is going to be a very short video. There's nothing that I can possibly say about this figure that hasn't been said about any other clone, about any other Clone Wars figure that's been a clone. Anything that has not come with the head sculpt, pretty much, right? So, besides the design, right, as you can see, they've used that helmet for General Kenobi. They've used it for now the Chrome Cody repaint that they just released. They ended up including the Phase 1 helmet for him. So, as you can see, it's the same style of helmet that they added for the Chrome Commander Cody. We never got it for the original Commander Cody, just this Chrome version. And so besides that, and besides obviously the design, the paint application, the color of the clone, you know, the skirts, the look, it's got Rex's double guns as well. So besides all those things, it's gonna be your standard clone, right? So it's gonna be your standard body, right? Your standard newly developed clone body, because remember, these bodies are not the old school clones or the old school stormtroopers, not clone troopers, stormtroopers, right? These are old, newly developed. They're years old now, but they're still, very good when it comes to articulation. As you can see, look how good it reaches back to get that pose. One helmet only, right? The long gun. Well, this is the rifle. This is the long one here. Very basic figure, guys. It doesn't come with much. Also, the set of hands right here. And that really, really rectangular, really big rectangular base. Very basic Clone Wars base that has nothing on it, comes with nothing. But as you can see, beautiful figure. Nonetheless, it's gorgeous, right? Look at the skirt. I feel like it's it's usually a wired skirt. As you can see, the bag, none of it is removable. This thing's usually removable on some stormtroopers. They made it permanently attached to the belt on this one. From what I understand, I haven't seen the Clone Wars, but from what I understand, there is a different version of Fox that is supposed to be coming. I want to say Phase 1, if I'm not mistaken. I think they said this is Phase 2. Or it could be the other way around. This may be Phase 1, and people are really expecting Phase 2, which is always a possibility with Hot Toys. I don't know what it looks like, or I did see a picture. I forgot what it looks like. But again, for what this is, very, very nice. Is it worth the price? Absolutely not. All of these things should be about $150, $160 max. There's nothing that justifies or warrants, these figures being over $200. But again, it is what it is. What are you going to do? If you're going to complain about the price, then guess what? You're not going to get it. So, what can you do, right? How do you boycott these high prices? Don't buy it. But then what? Is anybody really going to follow you? Is anybody really going to care? If they like the figure, guess what? They're going to buy it. So this is why Hot Toys gets away with what they're doing, what they've always been doing, right? And they'll always continue to do it. You can look at it as a bad thing if you want. It's just part of the game. It's part of the business, right? If you were a company who could get away with making constant repeat repaints of reprinted panels like all of these, right? Every clone has been a repaint of this. Every clone has been a different, color of this paneling. So if you as a company could get away with doing the same thing over and over and over, and you were making sales, guess what? You're never going to stop. And this is why they're never going to stop, because it's easy money. So the repaints could be an issue for some collectors, but it is completely not an issue for collectors who love variants, who love repaints, who love things like that. So I'm one of those collectors. I love repaints. I love variants of specific figures. When you're a real collector, when you like collecting, there's nothing they can make to turn you off. You would hope at least that it's always something different, something new. But it may not be always a different character, but you'll always get a different look to a specific character, if that makes sense. So what can you possibly give this figure? Obviously a 10 when it comes to articulation, which is pretty much what you can judge it on. Obviously, if you want to judge it on likeness, you have to be aware of what he looks like from the Clone Wars. I am not. But I'm going to judge it on articulation. I'm going to judge it on the body, which is pretty much what it is, right? Besides the paneling and how they painted the panel, it's always a 10, how they always paint these things. The color looks great on it. I love the maroon on it. It's very, very nice. I love the front chest design on it. Again, I don't know what it means, but it looks great. So that's a 10 for me again. I love the skirts. I love the double gun look on it. I love the style of clone. That gets a 10. The articulation obviously gets a 10. So you can't really give these figures any less because obviously if you judge them for what they are, which is a body, panels, and helmet, period. That's it. There's nothing to the figure. If you don't like clones, guess what? Then these are not for you, because this is what they're always going to be. There's nothing to change. There's nothing to make different besides what? Adding a head sculpt or not. And that's it. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.